understand what money is. So money is basically a shared contract between people. So don't chase money, but understand the importance of money. It's very useful. But at the end of the day, it's the people that matters. Reading, writing actually clarifies your thoughts. You get to understand yourself. Read timeless, simple books, and not just the recent. I genuinely believe that book is the best way of passing forward knowledge as compared to, let's say, news, which are.
So sort of till now we got fair idea about how to apply for job, how to use, how to leverage branding, personal branding and networking and all this. Now I want to know another point. As you are part of the investment team, like you are part of a startup where you are part of portfolio managing. So from that point of view, I want to know two things from you. One is the how much important about the financial knowledge everyone should have. I personally believe that everyone should have basic financial knowledge. And what is your view, mainly for the school students? How much important is to have a financial knowledge?
Sure, sure. I think it's extremely important, and we don't talk about it that much in our Indian society, which is sad.
Yeah.
But in most of our decisions, it is actually a big constraint, right? Even for me, when I was growing up, I saw that although it's not talked about, but it is there in most of our decisions. So personally, I felt that personally, my parents, they were like extremely supportive of all my wishes, and they sacrificed a lot in terms of their own hobbies, their own choices, to just to give me a good kind of a career, a safe kind of environment. So I think, but I saw that money is like a big constraint in most of the decisions. So this was like a very good, early realization. So I always thought ki chalo, matlab, I have to make a good amount of money just to make sure that this is not a constant on your life decisions. But now, once you start making some amount of money, then you understand that money is not the end goal. It's just a tool that you use to do things in life, to give you freedom as well as to support the cause you like, right? I think from students' perspectives, try to understand what money is. So money is basically a shared contract between people. So don't chase money, but understand the importance of money. It's very useful. But at the end of the day, it's the people that matters.
Yeah.
So yeah, so try to have good relationship with people, and at the same time understand the value of money. So don't have this mindset that sometimes some people think that simple living, high thinking, hota nahi hai. Matlab, you'll face realities, you'll face difficulties that can be very easily solved with money. So respect money. Try to understand how, मतलब इस दुनिया में पैसा चलता है, तो money works in this world. So try to understand how you can forge a career, but don't pursue money blindly. Try to find a balance, good balance, a career that you like as well as will pay you well. And once you start earning, right? Sometimes, especially in the middle class people like us, who have been who have not seen a good amount of money, sometimes it's very easy, very tempting to just splurge it away, spend it all. But it's good to resist that temptation. And I've seen many people go start with this credit card days, EMIs, BNPL, buy now pay later. So I think this could be a very tricky way, because you're actually trading your future freedom for today's pleasure. That could also be a bad thing. So I think it's important to start not only saving but also learn a little bit about investing your money. How can you actually grow your money? And there are enough videos on that on YouTube, and you can just search on YouTube, and I think you'll find good stuff on that. One caveat here is many people lose a lot of money doing trading, option trading, short-term trading, and all. I've seen many people. It's better to focus on long-term investing, and there are better vehicles like very long-term vehicles like mutual funds and all that are there. So learn about this stuff. There are enough resources available online, so I won't repeat that. But only thing I would try to mention is that personal finance is personal. So try to understand yourself, like whatever personality is, try to make your habits consistent with that. For example, in my case, I always thought that freedom is my goal, and I always try to save at least 60-70% of my income. So that was my thing. But then the things that I loved most, like buying and reading books, gifting books, going to traveling to a different place, let's say focusing some investment on my health or buying something for my parents. So these kind of things, I never had a upper limit in my budget. But at the same time, I tried to save as much as possible, especially in the initial part of my career. But you don't necessarily have to do that. Maybe you like traveling, maybe you spend all your money traveling. That is absolutely fine. So try to understand whatever suits you and what are the things that give you most pleasure. Don't just blindly copy others. They are taking a vacation to, let's say, some foreign exotic lands. I also have to do that. That may not give you happiness, right? You have to understand what gives you happiness, what gives you meaning, more importantly, what makes you wake up in the morning and then start like be very excited for the day. So the point is that money can be an enabler for your dreams. Money can actually give you a lot of freedom to pursue whatever you want, and money can actually help you enable you to help others who are in need. And it's very sad that even in 21st century, there are many people who don't have basic access to basic education, basic healthcare, basic food, right? So I think it's very important to understand the context, the privilege that we are living in. If you're listening to this, you have a good internet connection, you have you are in a privileged life, right? So it's very important to understand that, and try to think whatever privilege we have, how we can share that with others. So I think, yeah, so coming back to my story, I always thought of कि बहुत पैसा कमाना है initially, but then once I started earning, I understood that no, I think there are better goals to pursue. But you have to go that level. Like if you don't have money, if you think that how does money matter, that's like a paradox, right? First, try to build a career, and then even if you want to do something in the world, right, you have to have access to resources, people, those kind of thing. And finally, I would say that after you start earning a good amount of money, sometimes what we do is that we start chasing money and push people away, as we see often in the world. That's a recipe for disaster. So don't we like worship money, but rather just understand it's just a tool. What you do with it, that matters the most. Sorry, I got a bit philosophical.
Yeah. Great point. Very, very well said. So thanks a lot for these points. Okay. Now, as you were saying from the starting, you were discussing about reading books. You love books and you love reading books. And what do you think? Like I also heard many times, like in this era of technology, in this digital era, physical book reading habit is a backdated. What do you think? What is your thought? Like how book reading habit is helpful? How impactful is this?
Yeah. So for me, I would say that my whole mindset transformation has happened through reading great books. And I think of books like a part of the great people in the past. They have shared all their life knowledge through these
Yeah.
pages, and they are urging you to absorb that and make the world a better place using that. So I would say that books has changed my life. Books has always been my love, and the important way it's different from a YouTube video or these kind of things is that, so whenever you are consuming some media, it's mainly in a large way, it's like a one-way consumption. They are telling you something or consuming it. But when you're reading a book, it's like a two-way communication. There is your imagination is in play. You read something, you think of that. You carry the author's energy with you to some extent. So I think in a large manner, books are a great friend. Books can be a very enabler of your transformation, and we should definitely read books. One suggestion I would have is that try to read timeless books, great books, like the books that have endured through time, and don't just go for the bestsellers. So that is one. And then sometimes, like even I had this, I think a couple of years ago, maybe this toxic productivity kind of a thing कि चलो fiction नहीं पढ़ना है, non fiction नहीं पढ़ना है, मतलब we have to optimize everything in like routine and all, right? That's also not helpful. Fictions tell you deeper truths that cannot be sometimes said in very discrete rule based language. So read great reading, writing, actually clarifies your thoughts. You get to understand yourself. So yeah, I'd request everyone to start reading, and don't get overwhelmed. Like if you have never had this habit of reading, don't think that chalo itna books padhna hai. Just start with something light. Start reading little bit, and then try to make a habit. So that'd be my suggestion. Yeah.
Any good suggestion of books?
Yeah. So I am actually prepared for that. So before the call, as we were discussing, right, what should be the questions and how do we approach them? So I think I actually bought some of my good books here. I'll show some of them, right? So I'll mix fiction and non-fiction. So try to read autobiographies, right? Shoe Dog, Phil Knight, it's a great one.
Nike, yeah.
Nike, yeah, it's awesome. You'll love it. So this was fiction, and then coming to non-fiction, Almanac of Naval Ravina.
Yeah, great book.
Eric Jorgensen, great book.
Yeah.
Wealth, health. Then again coming back to fiction, there's a book by Mirabai. So there's this Bhakti movement in India, and Kabir, Mirabai, Chaitanya Dev, even Sri Ramakrishna Dev. A lot of these people, they show you the power of love, right? Nowadays, all these fights among ourselves, a large cause of that is we think too much from our brain and not from our heart. So that's a cause of a lot of struggles, sort of divides. Okay, coming back, Sam Harris Waking Up. It's on consciousness, and it's a very great book, Searching for Spirituality Without Religion. Very nice book. Again, coming back to fiction, Khalil Gibran's. I'll suggest The Prophet by Khalil Gibran to everyone. It's really nice. Non-fiction, Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg. So this is a very interesting book. Sometimes most of our fights, right? Sometimes we have some need that needs to be fulfilled, but we actually express that as a complaint. Ki, you are not listening to me. You never take care of myself. So this should be like, if someone is complaining against you, try to understand the need behind that, and don't just respond. Don't take it personally. Try to understand why is a person in pain. So that's a nice book. Surely You're Joking, Mr. Feynman. This is one of my really favorite books. Richard Feynman. Just love him. Everyone should read this. Psychology of Money. On money, it's I think it's a very, very wonderful book. Morgan Housel. So he has talked about how personal finance is in personal. I think a lot of my own beliefs on money has been formed by Morgan's writing, and it's so written so simple manner. That's also another thing. Read timeless, simple books, and not just the recent bestsellers. Now coming to a very deep book, Crime and Punishment, Dostoevsky. So Dostoevsky is like so he's a next level guy. He talks about very deep stuff. So Crime and Punishment is the story of so basically you let's say crime is done, law doesn't punish you, but every one of us has a conscience that will chase you. So you can't escape your conscience even if you escape the orderly law or worldly punishments, right? It's a very wonderful book. It's an exploration of why you should think about your life, why you should try to always don't betray your conscience. So that's a basic point. Principles, Life and Work, Ray Dalio, wonderful book. So a point is that all these people have shared their whole life knowledge, and you just have to go and just absorb in that. And again, Bengali classics like Rabindranath Tagore, Swami Vivekananda, Netaji, all these things, right? A couple of others are there. J. Krishnamurti, I'm a big fan of J. Krishnamurti. Ikigai, health. Fiction. There is a book by Amish Tripathi Lanka. So I'll highly suggest Shiva Trilogy by Amish. Even a couple of books by Chetan Bhagat are also very interesting. I'll also suggest Chetan Bhagat's this YouTube series, long video series. It's a very wonderful kind of exploration. Nudge by Richard Thaler. And some of these books have been recommended by my friends and colleagues, right? Very recently, I've been reading The Freedom Manifesto by Karan Bajaj. highly recommended it if you want to start up later. If you want to take the journey towards unknown, towards explorations. Hacking Health, very recent read. Mukesh Bansal is the founder of Mintra and also alumni of our IIT Kanpur, is a senior of us. And then finally, two really nice books. One is 40 Rules of Love, Elif Shafak, and the Book of Rumi. So these are again on bhakti, love, the importance of accepting others and not just thinking of ki hum sahi hai, whatever groups you belong to, whatever religion, whatever caste, whatever creed, right? I am right, the other person is wrong, and here is why. Don't think of life in that manner. So yeah, that's my world.
Yeah, thank you. And the books are very good, I know. So from that, I want to add one thing, just like we always say that learning from your experience is the best learning. But by books, through books, we are not learning from our experience. By through book, we can learn from others' experience. Many people experience from their whole lifelong experience. We are learning. That is the benefit of books. Like when by books, we can learn from others' mistakes. That will be very helpful for us.
I genuinely believe that book is the best way of passing forward knowledge as compared to, let's say, news, which are almost always negative and lots of troublesome things, right? But books are calming. They can be the best friend. Yeah.
Great points. So to wrap the session, your final tips for the students who are preparing for job or who are in their MSc first year or second year.
Sure. So final take is just understand that we live in a very special time where you have access to all the world's knowledge resources at your hand. This is like a big power. So don't think that you don't have access to resources, you don't have access to professors अच्छे नहीं है, दोस्त अच्छे नहीं है. Don't think of it like that, but rather whatever resources you have, be grateful for that, use it to the fullest, and have some energy. मतलब, I think India as a nation is in a cusp point. It's like an inflection point where if we can use our youth, we will do great things and we'll actually make the world a better place. So don't just think in a limited manner ki what would I do with my life, how would I make money and all. Those are extremely important, but also think about some broader goals ki what do you want to do in life, how do you want to express your own creativity, how do you want to actually impact others. So and the point I'm trying to make is, once you start thinking about those things, the interview conversation also become better. The interviewers know that you have a bigger personality, and people actually want lead, like any company, they want their employees to have these skills, these traits, to think beyond yourself, and then to think of the other customers, empathy, and then not only that, but also to think of the bigger picture, collaboration, how would we all work together to make the world a better place. So the conversations also become better. I'll just give an example. This group for as you know for preparation for IITJAM that we started, right, to help students freely for preparing for IITs and then learning statistics. So that was not a career move, that was a personal thing. But I've always found those conversations, anytime I bring up in the interviews, their eyes light up. So, wow, this is so interesting. Tell me more. And some interesting conversations happen. So try to do some stuff in life apart from your just career or whatever college you are doing, right? Maybe you start an NGO, maybe you start a club, maybe you go teach some orphans something, right? So this kind of try to have interesting experiences in life, try to understand others' perspectives. We often belong to some background, but it's very useful to understand the different thought processes of other people. Maybe someone thinks, try to find evidences that doesn't support you, that are opposite to you. Try to understand that viewpoint. That will actually make your view strong, make your personality more well-rounded. Yeah, I think that would be the final session.
Yes, and great, and obviously, like the friends, like world is changing very rapidly, and be open-minded and always try to update yourself and say, always see what are the, always observe the world, always observe your neighbors, where they are updating, and you have to be updated, otherwise you will be outside it. So that is the point. Always keep in mind, always stay updated, always keep learning, and keep your mind always open.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Sourav. Thanks for your time, for managing time. Thank you. And I think that video session, that series will help the students this will be very helpful for the students. So thanks a lot. Thanks again. That's
And also shout out to you also for continuing this initiative. And I'm really proud of you. It's a very inspiring initiative of EduCanteen. And it's great to see that you are actually enduring very regularly and all these videos. I personally have learned a lot from them, and best wishes for the series. Thanks a lot. And just a final message for anyone if you want to reach out. So you can we'll link to the LinkedIn page. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn, and all my social handles are Souravstat, SOURAVSTAT. Chalo, thanks a lot for listening to us, and see you. Bye.